All right, well, welcome, and thank you so much for helping celebrate the Evaluation Center's 50 years at Western Michigan University. I'm Lori Wingate. I'm the Executive Director of the Evaluation Center. Like many anniversaries and birthdays, but especially the big ones like this, 50 years, it's a time to both reflect and look to the future. So I'm going to ask you to bear with me for just a moment while I give you a very brief history of evaluation in the United States, because it bears directly on the origins of the Evaluation Center. In 1965, Congress passed the Elementary and Secondary Education Act, which required that programs funded through that act be evaluated. So this led to a massive investment in educational evaluation that sparked the need for professional evaluators and evaluation firms. Well, Ohio State University saw what was coming and started the Evaluation Center to get ahead of the growing demand for evaluation. Dan Stuffelbeam was the first director there, and in 1973, he moved the Evaluation Center to WMU because he found the OSU environment to be inhospitable to what he believed the conditions he needed to operate a successful evaluation center. Well, Western welcomed the center, and we have thrived here for 50 years. A lot of evaluation centers have come and gone over the years at different universities, but the Evaluation Center here at WMU is an exception, and I might add, we're exceptional. And I really want to recognize the university's enduring support of the Evaluation Center, so thank you. I also want to say thank you to the many faculty and students who have worked with us over the years. We have many long-standing partners in almost every college across campus. Our faculty collaborators bring subject matter and technical expertise to our work. Our student employees enrich our work with energy, their diverse backgrounds, and their unique skills and perspectives. Okay, so if I took time to recount all the really cool things the Evaluation Center has done over the years, it would be a long time before we got back to our food. So I just want to tell you about a couple of exciting things we have coming up. We are launching a new program within the Evaluation Center called the Evaluation Lab. And through the lab, we'll be working to advance the social justice missions of local nonprofit organizations by offering high-quality, affordable, and culturally responsive and collaborative evaluation services. Simultaneously, the lab is creating exciting opportunities for students to gain meaningful, community-based, resume-building work experiences. Also, within a month or two, we'll be launching our new online professional learning program. We're filling a gap in the landscape of evaluation education by providing practical training and evaluation in an accessible, affordable, and fun way that's tailored to the needs of working professionals. So stay tuned for that, for details on that in the near future. So now it is my pleasure to welcome Dr. Remzi Seeker to the podium. Dr. Seeker is our esteemed Vice President for Research and Innovation, and we at the Evaluation Center are so grateful for his support and his leadership and how he has inspired us to strengthen our ties across campus and within our community. So if I could bring up Dr. Seeker, thank you so much.
Good afternoon, everybody. My voice definitely doesn't ring the bell with esteemed. Thanks to the allergy season here, though this year is much better than last year. This is my second fall here. And I'm very happy to be here. When we talk about evaluation in life, we need to know where we are before we can go somewhere. Is what we're doing working, and how well is it working, and what can we do to increase the impact of our effort, because we have goals to accomplish so that we can leave a legacy behind. And the Evaluation Center does just that. It adds meaning to, it helps you to add meaning to what it is that you're doing. In that regard, the Evaluation Center does provide invaluable experience to our campus community as well as the community at large, because they are providing their services to nonprofit organizations as well. Now, as a VP for research, I love centers like this, not just because they are within the Office of Research and Innovation, but I love it because every VP wants to see centers that are self-funded. That's the idea of research centers. And so, just to give you an example, in the last 5 years alone, they have brought in more than $11 million. That is given the fact that they have about 10 researchers, I believe. So $1.1 million per person, that is something to be respected. And it does help me to point to this center. When somebody starts a center, who wants to start a center, I'm like, well, when can you be like evaluation center? It may take 50 years by all means, but they were at this level before, some years ago, right? So in that regard, it's a blessing to have. It's a gift to this university. And I would also like to take a moment to appreciate Lori's leadership. I haven't been here long, but about 14 months now. But what I have seen is nothing short of impressive. She cares about her researchers and staff. She knows where her field is headed so that she can position the center to make sure not only that the center is thriving, but also that they are serving the community at large. And they are very well respected outside this university in the professional field. I couldn't ask for more. It makes my job very easy. And so with that, I will invite President Montgomery, who didn't spend any time filling in for Hollywood actors who are on strike right now. That's why I lost my voice, by the way. So he has a better voice, and we're going to have him say a few words.
I was wondering where he was going with that Hollywood actor thing. I was like, okay, maybe saying so. Anyway, great to be here, and good evening, everybody, and want to welcome you to this celebration. Celebration of 50 years of incredible scholarship, celebration of 50 years of making a contribution to this university. More importantly, 50 years of an institution who's made a contribution to the greater world around us. And so I want to start with congratulations, and how about a round of applause for all the people at the Evaluation Center. This center brings incredible value to the campus through its both internal and external recognition. That journey that they've been on was started by some visionary founders and some leadership who've dedicated an incredible amount of time and talent to building this institute, with some of their accomplishments being record levels of funding. And that's a measure on one hand, but impact isn't always measured by dollars. Impact is measured by how did you make programs that serve students, serve underprivileged, serve school children, serve social programs around the city and state work better, so that we can make this world a little better place by using our resources effectively. And so I want to thank them for that higher goal, that higher mission, that higher level of achievement that they've played an essential role in. I want to make sure I give a shout out to Remzi, the Vice President for Research Innovation, for helping continue to nurture the center under his leadership. And of course, a special thanks to Executive Director Dr. Lori Wingate. Without her, we simply wouldn't be here celebrating this incredible anniversary today. She's been a great leader since coming to Western in '97 and taking the helm in 2019. How about a round of applause for both of them? Now, as a high research university, we at Western are committed to the pursuit of knowledge, truth, and facts. Evaluation provides critical knowledge and facts to support the pursuit in a myriad of different disciplines, ranging from education to psychology to economics to public health, from management to engineering, just to name a few. The desire to evaluate can be traced back to 2020 BCE is the first reported evaluation. And of course, it was done by a Chinese emperor. who decided he wanted to discover whether his staff was up to snuff. And so every 3 years, he mandated that all staff would be evaluated. And that's our first example of evaluations. 1,000 years later, the Chan Dynasty instituted testing before it hired any civil servant. And so evaluation became practice. A practice of using evaluation for hiring civil service was picked up by the British and the French in the 1800s, and we continue it to this very day in the Foreign Service exam, as an example in the United States. So evaluation is not new. The desire to know what works and what doesn't work, how well we're doing, is long stated. In our country, as Lori pointed out, it hit a golden age. Some people call it Professor Larry Hogan has written a sort of history of evaluation, and he calls it the age of professionalization. And he has like 7 different ages. He didn't actually have the Chinese in his epic, but in any case, but he does have that there was a period between 1973 and 1983 where people realized, perhaps brought on by the education amendments, that we really needed not only to have evaluation, but good evaluations. And so you saw the profession started to develop journals. You saw universities starting to offer courses in evaluation methods. And Professor Hogan's lists some of those pioneering institutions. He said they included the University of Illinois, Stanford, Boston College, UCLA, University of Minnesota, and Western Michigan University. So our evaluation center, the people who came, were absolutely pioneers in setting up the field. If we think about the broad scope of the work of the evaluation center, we know that its impact has been enormous and its expertise critical. Unless a program or a policy is subjected to thorough evaluation, how can we judge its success? How do we know if it's a failure? How do we know its effectiveness? How do we know how to fix it, better it, reform it? How would we know what should be tweaked or changed or turned perhaps in a different direction unless there is that kind of comprehensive scientific evaluation? Do we really know about effectiveness from opinions, tweets, opinion polls, or do we need to actually have science evidence to support our knowledge? I remember when I was first the chief economist at the Labor Department in the early 90s, and evaluation hadn't become the rage. It was out there, but it hadn't become the rage. And I remember talking to the assistant secretary in charge of all the training programs. He said, "I don't need that evaluation stuff. I just ask people." Yeah, okay, that's one way to find out. Fortunately, we have the centers like our evaluation center who've taken us past the days of just asking people. That's not to say that asking people is not valuable. It's to say we also have to augment that with scientific methods. So your work has been scientifically rigorous and important to this day because of helping us think about how to improve the human condition. That's about what these policies are about. That's why it's important for our university to continue to have a robust evaluation center. We believe at this university in the power of evidence. We believe in facts, and our evaluation center serves as a critical resource, not only internally, but to the world around us. Pope John Paul II expounded on the importance of research and evaluation when he once said, "Through research, each scientist grows as a human being and helps others to do likewise." So whether it's the government, the corporate sector, nonprofit organization, having useful information on whether an organization is achieving its mission needs sound evaluation team. And we've got a world-class one that has been and will continue to provide it. Their expertise providing evaluation, research, and capacity-strengthening services is absolutely impressive. Whether it's their current work with the U.S. Center for Disease Control, evaluating the nation's data modernization, or strategic campus initiatives, including the Empowering Futures gift, which has been helping us do a better job with retention and student success. Their role and their effect is massive and meaningful. So we want to celebrate a long record of achievement, including being one of the nation's longest-standing organization dedicated to evaluation. We know we can look forward to the future with optimism and ambition. The world is constantly evolving, and the challenges we face today are more complex than ever before. The need for sound basis for making decisions, the need for facts has never been more critical. To help us navigate the challenges that we face, we need centers and people like those who work in the Evaluation Center. So I'm particularly excited to hear about the Evaluation Lab. The fact that the Evaluation Center is taking their work to our students, the center of our campus, and allowing them to have work experience to match their educational learning. And so what they get in the classroom and outside the classroom, allowing them to grow, as well as to provide critical services to local organizations in our community. I want to extend my heartfelt thanks to those from the center, its partners and collaborators through the years, as well as those clients who've entrusted our researchers with their information. Their commitment has driven the center to continually strive for excellence, and they are committed to delivering the highest standards of evaluation services. The applied research that is being done here will continue to enhance programs, policies, and most importantly, people's lives by providing evidence and fact-based strategies for improvement. That's a winning strategy. That's Bronco way. Appreciate everybody coming out tonight. How about another round of applause for those from the Evaluation Center?
All right, just a little bit more here. So thank you so much, President Montgomery and Vice President Seeker. I really appreciate the time you took to come here and say those wonderful words, so thank you. So just a few more things before the party actually really starts. I want to acknowledge the amazing people who work at the Evaluation Center. If we wouldn't be here if we celebrating where we've come if we didn't have such a smart, committed, creative, and caring team. And I am going to call you out by name, and I do kind of want you to mosey forward, because afterwards we're going to get a picture, so like raise your hand, come up here. Gianacquetti, Lissa Beccio, I think you're going to have to hold they're all awesome, but let's hold our applause. Lissa Beccio, Melissa Dancy, Maureen Green, Arling Gullickson, Miranda Lee Easton, Samantha Hooker, Val Marshall, Mary Ramlow. Mary's been here 51 years. Kelly Robertson, Tina Smith-Belanda, Erica Sturgis, Brad Watts, Brandon Euchre, and I also want to call out some retirees we have here with us tonight, Dale Farland and Jim Sanders. And I really want to thank Samantha in particular for all the work she did to pull this event together. It wouldn't have happened without her. We do have some fun things in store for you, and I want to make sure you know about them. So you can make a candle. It's really quick and fun and easy with Kalamazoo Candle Company. Thanks for coming out, you guys. We have drawings over here in the hallway for tickets for the Kalamazoo Symphony Orchestra, Miller Auditorium, and Gilmore Rising Stars. We're also giving away, this is probably the most exciting, so hold on, 5 hours of Evaluation Center consulting time. So if there's there's something you want to work on with us, there's your opportunity. Be sure to sign up. And if you need ideas, here's a few. So we could just work on you with sort of your big evaluation strategy. We could review or design a survey, a small survey. We could develop a logic model to illustrate how you're working to create change. Or if you just want to get together and chat, that's cool too. So you can also enter to win one of our beautiful flower arrangements on the tables from Viavi Flower Farm, and that's the only thing you need to be present to win. We do have parting gifts for everybody, and we'll be resupplying. So as you go out, make sure you grab a gift bag when you leave so you can get our custom mug by Grayling Ceramics, which is a really cool local company. And okay, finally, I want to thank our wonderful musicians back in the corner. We have Stuart Beatty on bass, Will Murphy on drums, and Commodore Hertel on keyboard. So thank you guys, you are sounding great. We can't wait till you start up. Okay, colleagues, friends, and current and future partners. Thank you so much for helping us celebrate our past 50 years here at Western Michigan University, and looking forward to what I'm sure is another 50 years of excellence here on this campus. Thank you.